Welcome, my name is Stavros Mastrogiannis, and today I'm going to talk about why so many popular beliefs on weight loss and health are so wrong. First of all, how does a belief or an idea become popular? Does it have to do with how good the idea is or how effective, or is it something else? Unfortunately, it's something else, and that something else has to do with marketing. Okay, with a good marketing plan, you can pretty much get any idea become popular. Doesn't matter how bad the idea is. For example, smoking. Look at smoking. Very bad thing for you, and yet with a little twist of the truth, marketers help smoking become a very popular thing. Now, if you don't have a good marketing plan, even if you have the best idea in the world, will not necessarily become popular, or it will take much longer to become popular. I learned that unfortunately the hard way. When I first got into the weight loss field, I thought in order to become successful, all I had to do was come up with a system that helped people achieve sustainable and healthy weight loss the easiest way possible, and people will come. Well, it took me over 20 years. I built a system that gets people not just the results that they want, but easily maintainable results. And yet, I did not get as many people to join because, unfortunately, my marketing plan sucked. Yes, I was getting more people, but nothing close to what I was expecting. I thought since my system was a lot more effective, especially when it came to sustainable weight loss, than any other weight loss system out there, it will automatically become popular. Not so fast. You see, the problem was that my system went against popular beliefs that were promoted by companies with multi-million dollar marketing budgets. Think about it. If you had one voice telling you to do one thing, and then you had 100 voices telling you to do the exact opposite, what would you do? It's in human nature, unfortunately, to go with the popular choice. Let me tell you a very interesting experiment I read about. They lined up groups of 10 people, and they put three sticks in front of each group, and one stick was clearly longer than the others. They asked each person in the group to pick which stick they thought was the longest. Now, what the last person in each group did not know was that the first 9 people were part of the experiment and were told to pick the wrong stick on purpose to see if the last person would also pick the same stick, although it was clearly not the longest. Well, I think it was something like 70% of the people at the 10th person picked the wrong stick just because the first 9 people picked it. They basically went against their own eyes and went with a popular choice. Are you familiar with the herd mentality? That happens when people, instead of doing their own research about some choice they have to make, they look at which choice most people went with, and they follow them. This happens a lot more actually, when people are overwhelmed with too much information. Look at the weight loss industry. There's way too much conflicting information. And if you also add the fact that people are already overstressed with their everyday lives, it's very easy to just go with a popular choice. Marketers know this. And this is why you see ads all the time saying things like 9 out of 10 dentists prefer X brand and so on. All they have to do is show how a large number of so-called experts prefer X brand, and that is enough to convince a large number of people to choose their product over others. Eventually the truth does come out, but it might take 50 or 60 years, and in the case of breakfast, even longer. Do you know how heavy breakfast like bacon and eggs became popular? Actually, this is a very interesting story. Let me tell you about it. So, bacon and eggs was a company called, I'm trying to remember, um, Beach and Nut Packing Company. And they hired a guy named Edward Bernays. Bernays was actually at that time, actually even today, is considered the father of PR, and is considered one of the top 100 influential people of the 20th century by Life magazine. So what Bernays did was, so he was basically hired by Beech Nut Company to increase the demand for bacon because this company sold pork products, especially bacon. So what he did was he went to the doctor of the firm that he worked for and said to him, do you think it's a good idea for people to eat a heavy breakfast like a high protein breakfast like bacon and eggs? What do you think the doctor's going to say? Of course. And by the way, no offense to the doctors, but doctors are not trained on nutrition. Okay, unless they studied on their own. When they went for the doctorate, they did very little studying on nutrition. So doctors don't know much about proper nutrition anyway. And again, I'm not putting down doctors. I just want to make a point. So then this doctor wrote to 5,000 of his colleagues and asked them to support his idea, and they did. So then Edward Bernays wrote a press release and they sent it out to all the newspapers in the States, saying how 5,000 doctors agreed that a heavy breakfast, like a high protein breakfast like bacon and eggs, was a brilliant idea. And that's how bacon and eggs became popular starting in early 1920s. Again, a couple other things that Bernays is responsible for making popular is smoking. He actually worked for Philip Morris to make smoking popular. One of my favorite ads actually is this one here. Light and lucky, and you'll never miss sweets that make you fat. I gotta give the guy credit. He associated smoking with being thin. Again, to me, I'd rather be overweight than smoking, but you see how the ad would work. Now, here's another interesting quote from Edward Bernays. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes are formed, our ideas suggested. I actually think there's a very true statement. Now, the next question I would like to ask and answer is, how come good ideas and good advice on weight loss and health don't become popular as easy as a bad idea? Now, to answer that question, we have to take a closer look at all the major players in the weight loss and fitness industry, like Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, GNC, Peloton, what's the other one? NordicTrack. Now, what do all those companies have in common? Yes, they're trying to help people get in shape, but they're all trying to help people get in shape through the products that they're selling. For example, Jenny Craig helps people lose weight by selling them food. Even Weight Watchers got into selling food because it's profitable. Peloton sells equipment to help people get in shape. GNC sells supplements to help people lose weight and get in shape. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all those things that they're selling do not help people lose weight and improve their health. Actually, they do play a role. Now, if let's say though they discover the perfect solution to the weight problem, but it has nothing to do with the products that they're selling, do you think they will be interested in promoting that solution? Of course not. And I can't say I blame them. Now, keep in mind that 90% of all the things you see on TV, online, on billboards, on magazines, or you hear on the radio, somebody has paid for the information to be there. The reason they want the information to get out is because it will increase the sales of whatever they're selling. Just look at all the studies that support the idea of breakfast. Something like 99% of them are paid by cereal companies. The same companies hire PR firms to let the world know about the latest study that shows all the benefits of eating breakfast. What people don't know is how manipulated a lot of those studies are, but that is a subject for another video. Basically, the industries promote information that will increase the demand of whatever they're selling, and every industry does that. And again, I don't want to say I can't blame them. Now, that is what Beech Nut Company did to increase the sale of bacon. And by the way, it was a very successful campaign. The fact is, the real solution to the weight and health problems are not very profitable because they don't need to buy. You don't need to buy anything special to accomplish that. I will give you one example: fasting. I know lately we've been hearing a lot more about the benefits of fasting, but the fact is, we knew all the benefits of fasting for the past 50 to 100 years now, and actually a lot longer. Actually, fasting has been around for thousands of years. And personally, I strongly believe that fasting is probably one of the best things you can do for your health and weight. But unfortunately, only lately you start hearing about it. Why is that? The answer is simple. Nobody makes money if you don't eat. Think about it. As I mentioned earlier, the vast majority of the things that you see on TV, internet, magazines, or you hear on the radio, somebody has paid for the information to be there because they will profit from that information. Who would pay to get the word out about the benefits of fasting if nobody benefits? Nobody. This is why the only people you'll see promoting the benefits of fasting are people like me who are selling information. It's in our best interest to give our clients the best information possible to get the best results possible. The problem is that our marketing budget can't compete with the billions of dollars the food industry, the supplement industry, the exercise equipment manufacturing industry spends to convince you that you need their products to lose weight and get in shape. The good news is that the truth eventually comes out. Fasting, again, is the perfect example. If you see who was promoting fasting initially was not the mainstream nutritionists, but people, like I said, like me, who are selling information. Now the cat is out of the bag, so you see more of the mainstream nutritionists have finally acknowledged the benefits of fasting. However, they're still trying to downplay the benefits of fasting. Almost every article I have read about benefits of fasting, they almost always throw this phrase in: more research is needed. That's a bunch of BS. Okay, fasting has been around for thousands of years. There's no more research is needed. Okay, how come then you never see that statement every time you read an article about the benefits of meat, dairy products, or pretty much any food? You never see that statement. This is just one small example as to why good information does not become popular. Okay, unfortunately, the fact is that good information is not heavily promoted, and that is why sometimes to find good information or the right information, you need to do a little bit more digging that you do to find, unfortunately, bad information. Because I always tell my clients, bad information will find you. Now, the main point I want to make sure I get across in this video, not that every popular idea is wrong, of course not, but popular does not equal right, and that's the main point I want to make sure they get across. Okay, now think about it. If all the popular ideas on weight loss and health were correct, how come we're still losing the weight loss battle? Okay, so basically, question everything. Just because something is popular or a lot of people are doing it, it doesn't necessarily make it right away. Thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section of this video. I would greatly appreciate it if you help me spread the truth by liking and sharing this video. If you'd like to learn more about my simple way to vibrant health system, I've included a link in this video. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here